So when was it that you had joined, was it the Marines?
Mm-hmm.
When did you join the Marines?
August 12th, 2003.
And what was it that made you want to join the Marines?
My uncle, he was a Vietnam veteran, and I always thought he was the baddest dude around, so I wanted to be like him when I grew up, so.
And you had said, so when you joined in 2003, you were first deployed to Iraq, you said?
Mm-hmm.
And then you were deployed to Afghanistan?
Yep, I did 2 deployments to Iraq and 1 to Afghanistan, and then I did 31st MEU, which it's just a float. You just bounce around on a ship on the Eastern Pacific, so it was cool.
And what year was it that you said that you were hit, and what led to your Purple Heart?
It was 2004. It was right at the beginning of the deployment. We were tailing to the convoy, and our vehicle got hit by an IED. Driver and the corpsman in the back got hit really bad. They both lived, but they were both sent home due to their injuries. And I was lucky enough, I just got a lot of gravel and shrapnel on the left side of me, but I was still able to operate and still work. But it was still one of those things.
Well, Dan, I mean, you said you were still able, like, you said, oh, I got blasted, and then I just kept working, and I just kept doing it. What was it in you that said, I'm going to stay?
No, everybody else was still there. I mean, we did a whole entire workup. We did all the training together. All of us, I mean, a big chunk of us went to boot camp together. We went to the School of Infantry together, and then we went to the same unit together. And it was just kind of like you grew up with those guys. And if you're willing and able, and you still have, and you can still walk and carry the weight, I mean, you still go. I mean, you don't. So I didn't want to leave, and maybe there's something I could have done. I mean, if I'd have left and heard something happen, I mean, maybe there's something I could have done to keep somebody alive. So I didn't want that riding on my shoulders, so I just stuck around.
And then you received the Purple Heart. What did that mean to you?
I don't know. It was, I guess it was bittersweet. It was just one of those things. It's like, I wanted to get a medal for valor or get a medal for something if I was gonna really want a medal. The Purple Heart was just, those guys got me, but they didn't get me all the way. That's kind of what it feels like. But I mean, I've been taken care of because of it, you know what I mean? I've been taking pretty good care. My boys are covered, you know what I mean? Everything's good. So, I mean, there's benefits out of it, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those bittersweet things.
But did you realize that you may not have been physically injured, but when you came home, did you realize that you needed help then? Or the recovery of it?
It was, as far as the physical part of it, I mean, my brain got rocked. I cracked her up. My brain's been jumbled quite a bit. So the migraines and everything else, I'd like to say I wear these glasses because I'm cool, but no, it's just it dims down the light, doesn't mess with you know what I mean? Just light sensitivity. And just kind of getting back in the day-to-day of everything, and just, I don't know, when we get back from stuff, we may not handle things the most orthodox manner, but we still try to figure it out and we mean well, but it's really hard to kind of like get back into a lifestyle where everything's okay, nothing you have to worry about, but it's just, I don't know.
I think the transition
Yeah.
from, military life and, the battlefield,
Mm-hmm.
and then not even just coming home, but it's just like it's all gone, that's all gone. That's kind of what you've lived for the past decade or so.
Mm-hmm.
And so the transition life is not, mentally, challenging as
Right.
well. And just transitioning to being a civilian, taking care of bills, doing the regular stuff is even tough.
Right. It's that coming back and dealing with a lot of things and understanding, or just knowing my self-worth, because being in charge of Marines and everything like that, being a squad leader for as long as I was, and then being a platoon sergeant, and then getting out, and then not even being able to get a job. I mean, right after I got out, I ended up getting in a lot of trouble. I got in some legal issues, got charged with some charges, but it's just, it made it difficult to come back and be what you're supposed to be without knowing what you're supposed to be, if that makes any sense. I didn't have a mission anymore. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Everything that I thought I was supposed to do was wrong or looked frowned upon. You try to do the right thing by getting a good job and everything else like that. And then looking at your background, people frown upon it or think you get stigmas put on you right away. It's like, oh, you did that and that and that. Okay, well then you might be crazy or this and that. And it's just like we're just trying to find a spot to fit in, trying to find a spot where we can feel like we can, you know, do our mission again without, I mean, it doesn't have to be kicking in a door or clearing a room or doing anything like that. I mean, it's just, I mean, this is my mission now, you know what I mean? Like bringing this one back to life. So that's what I want to do, you know?
And that's where you kind of, what's really helped you kind of turn the corner at least.
Right. I work with dogs. I work on motorcycles. I teach. I spend a lot of time working with certain people, but what I wanted to do was, I got tired of trying to fit into everybody else's, hey, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this stuff. And I just put the fingers in my ear and I just went off and found out what I love to do, and I just figured out a way to how to make money off of it, you know what I mean? So it's just, I love what I do. I mean, I get to wrench on bikes and I get to train dogs and I get to hang out with some really awesome people, you know what I mean? And it's making it work now, you know what I mean?
And is it nice coaching other veterans as well?
Right.
Current service members, just to feel that connection still?
It is, that's what's great about teaching over here for AMT. It's all on base. We teach motorcycle safety on base. So it's active duty military. And being able to sit there and have that same, I don't know, lingo, that same kind of talk, you know what I mean? We can all have those conversations or we say something and they'll understand it, you know what I mean? I don't know, I was making a comment about certain riders wearing no gear, but they'll wear a helmet. In the motorcycle world, we call that a squid. But at the same time, you can't call Navy squids. I mean, and being a Marine, I mean, they're like, oh, okay. So it just, everybody started laughing because we all give that back and forth. We all love each other, man. We're all a big family, but it was fun being able to, it's just getting that connection again, you know? So, yeah.
Someone who sees you.
Right. And just feeling like you may not be at home again, but at least you're hanging out over at cousin's house, or you know, that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? It's like they're family, but they're like distant family. You know what I mean? It's not the same group you grew up with, but it's in the same community, and you can still kind of get that same crossover with each other.
Dan, what was it that you realized you could turn the corner? Was it the help with Wounded Warriors Homes, with Steve and Mia? How did that all
Shoot, man, Steve and Mia, what I was saying, I got in some legal issues. I ended up picking up 2 felonies for assault, and I got in a lot of trouble. I couldn't do anything. I went into a program called Veterans Treatment Court here in San Diego, and I went through the program, everything like that. And whenever I got out of the military, they put you in a spot in an inpatient facility. But whenever you finish your inpatient, I didn't have a place to go. And one of the individuals that was working with me, Bobby Cran, she ended up connecting me with Steve and Mia, letting me know about Wounded Warrior Homes. And at that time, they were early in their program, early in their growth, and the house in Vista that they have, it was full. So what they did was they had a spare bedroom in their own house, and they opened their own home up to me. They let me stay there. It's just being around people, and they gave me a second chance. They gave me an opportunity. They didn't put any stigmas on me. They're like, yeah. And Steve's a straight shooter, man. Like, he'll talk to you, and Mia's the mother of everybody. You know what I mean? So they're an awesome team, and what they did for me was they were able to like show different things, to put me in different opportunities. And then going from there, I was able to grow and keep on moving forward and link up to other veteran organizations to help me out and get me moving on. And
because when you were at that stage when you first met them after you were treatment facility, did you realize, well, where do I go now? How am I going to get a job? How do you put that one step forward?
Yeah, I was living in my car at the time, and whenever I got out and I was bouncing around and just kind of doing my bit, staying in the parking lots, and it was just like, I was tired of it, you know what I mean? And it's just, you get frustrated and you just, all those other thoughts start going through your head about, I don't know, suicide. You can't drink yourself away. You can't do enough drugs. You can't do enough anything to make yourself feel better. And that's all I was doing. And just kind of going in there and then opening that door and setting me in there, I was able to understand I wasn't alone. I had other opportunities, and I was just able to keep moving forward, you know what I mean? So.
Do you look back at that now, and maybe there's some other veterans out there that may have been going what you were going through, and really encouraging them that, like, you can turn this corner, and you can.
Oh, yeah.
Because you look at yourself now, you're like, look at me now.
Yeah. No, I'm having fun with what I'm doing. And I look back at that and I just shake my head because, man, I was below the scum and the cracks of the gravel, you know what I mean? I was gutter dirty, man. I was bottom of the barrel. And I know there's veterans out there right now. I mean, I could walk down the street right now and probably pick up 3 or 4 different homeless veterans that are sitting out there right now that have just totally given up because they haven't either found the opportunity, they haven't looked for the opportunity, they didn't even know the opportunity's out there. And it's just, there's a lot of red tape, a lot of legal things that some folks come out, maybe they don't have proof of who they are. And there's a lot of kickback where a lot of organizations were like, well, you need to get this and this and this for us, and then you can join our program. And it's like, an individual that's already given up, I mean, you tell them to do something like that, they're not gonna do that. And it's just hopeless. And they'll just, and those individuals get forgotten about. Next thing you know, you're finding them in the ditch, you know what I mean? Finding them dead, homeless, whatever, OD, whatever it is. Wounded Warrior Homes, they got a whole team in there. They got an awesome team in there. And you need some stuff, and if it is hard to do it, and you're like, I can't do this stuff, and you lay down, and you got the individuals, they're the Wounded Warrior team, they'll sit there and go through it, and if they can't do it, they'll link you up with somebody who can. I mean, the network that their organization has is just, it covers the country, and it's great, and it's, I don't know, they've helped me out with everything I could ask for, you know what I mean? I can't thank them enough for doing that stuff for me. I don't know, that's why I'm here today, you know what I mean? I want to vouch for them. I want to let everybody else know that they're a great program, because there's tons of programs out there that say they do this, they say they do that, but I think they're just looking for a pat on the back, and that drives me nuts. And Steve and Mia, they're not looking for a pat on the back, they're legitimately trying to help us out, you know? Yeah, they want to help folks out, man, and it's solid, so.
Dan, as we approach Veterans Day, what does Veterans Day mean to you?
Veterans Day to me is, well, it's an appreciation for veterans, but for me, how I do my Veterans Day, my son's birthday is the day after. And so I try to prep for that a little bit, but for the most part, I just try to lay low. You know what I mean? I want to hide, I want to get away from everybody. I don't really feel like going out and doing a lot of celebrating, doing all the things like that. I like my peace and quiet. I like to be, I'll take my bike out and I'll go jam around the hills. You know what I mean? And that's just a sense of freedom, a sense of being able to eat, a sense of being able to be around whatever, you know what I mean? If I want to call somebody, I can chit chat with them. Veterans Day is once a year, but to me, I just feel like, I don't know, it's kind of like every day, just kind of bouncing around, just doing my thing, you know what I mean? I just do the whole bits.
Well, I know I was going to say is for Veterans Day, although it's nice to be appreciated on Veterans Day, but do you feel like it's more of a day for civilians?
I think, yeah, I would say, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. A day for civilians to recognize or give appreciation or whatever it is. But just kind of like the whole bit of the thank you for your service and stuff like that. It's, if you want to thank a veteran for their service, man, if you see a homeless vet, kick them some cash. That's how you can thank them. If you see somebody that's needing some help with some things, offer them help. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff going on this year. I mean, the American flag got a bad stigma on it, and so whenever somebody puts an American flag out, they get looked at like an individual that's I don't know. It's just the stigmas that are out there, but.
Oh, I know.
So,
my husband and I, we bought a house last year. I've always wanted to put an American flag
yeah.
on the house because the first house I've ever had, it's my pride. But then you're afraid to put it out there because then people will think that like, oh, you're a Trumper.
Exactly, and it hurts. It hurts so bad. It's just like the automatic stigma that I get a lot is I tell people that I ride a motorcycle or I was in the Marines or this and that, and folks might think that I'm a Trumper or public, whatever the heck it is, whatever you want to stand on. But the thing is, it's like, I could care less about all that stuff. I want everybody to honestly get along. Everybody just needs to listen to each other. Everybody needs to have each other's back. We're a community. I mean, I haven't left San Diego because the community here is awesome. A lot of people come from other states. They love their communities. They love where they're from. And they talk bad about where they're at now. And it's just like, you know what? If we can all just sit there and look at each other as human beings and support each other and love each other and be able to have each other's backs, man, that's how you can thank a veteran. That's helping your neighbor, just respecting what they are, you know what I mean? Just saying hi to somebody. That's it. You know what I mean? Just be a human being. Don't try to swallow that ego a little bit, you know what I mean? Put it away. You know what I mean? Be a good person. That's it. That's what everybody should do for Veterans Day, man. Bottom line.